Let's talk about matter, and we're going to work on classifying matter as either a pure substance or a mixture. And you know you've got it if you can interpret particle diagrams of matter, and you can determine if something's a pure substance or a mixture by reading a description. Now, matter is either going to be pure or a mixture. When we talk about pure substances, what we're really saying is that it's either an element or a compound, and these have a fixed composition. For elements, this means all of the atoms are the same. For compounds, this means there might be more than one type of atom, but they're bonded together in some fixed ratio. Elements are the purest form of matter. Elements are made up of one type of atom, and they're found on the periodic table, so I can get the names and symbols for elements. And elements can't be broken down by chemical or physical changes. Things like carbon and gold and other elements found on the periodic table are examples, but also molecules that are diatomic. Things like oxygen, O2, has two oxygen atoms, but they're all just oxygen atoms. So for elements, we're looking for all of the same atom. A compound is when two or more atoms chemically bond in some fixed ratio. So it contains multiple elements. And because of this, they can actually be broken back down chemically into those individual elements. But a compound cannot be physically broken down. Examples are things like carbon dioxide, sodium chloride, and water. Notice that these have multiple atoms, and their names tend to be compound words, though some compounds do have simple names like water. The big thing here is that a compound has two different atoms or more chemically bonded, and this is shown by the atoms touching. But notice all of these particles are the same, so this is a pure compound. Now, mixtures are physical combinations of two or more pure substances, and a mixture will either be homogeneous, where it looks evenly mixed, or heterogeneous, where it's unevenly mixed. And a homogeneous mixture is really defined as being so evenly mixed that it looks like a pure substance. It may be a combination of elements or compounds, but mixtures can always be separated by physical changes. And a homogeneous mixture is also called a solution. So things like salt water, air, and alloys are examples of homogeneous mixture. These things look pure when I look at them, but they're actually mixtures. Air is one of the most common examples of a homogeneous mixture. It has elements like oxygen in it, but also compounds like carbon dioxide and water vapor. Now, if I look at homogeneous mixtures, they look pure. This brass is nice and shiny and looks like a pure metal. These solutions are clear and they look the same throughout, even though they're different colors. The cake batter looks the same all over. A heterogeneous mixture is unevenly mixed and obviously looks like a mixture. It can also be a combination of elements or compounds, and it can also be separated through physical changes. These are sometimes called mechanical mixtures. If I think of sand and water or a salad, these are things that are obviously mixtures. And here in this picture, we kind of have a grain of sand surrounded by water. And so we can see the parts more clearly. And when I look at a heterogeneous mixture, I can see the individual parts, whether it's the sand and the water, all the different toppings in a salad, or here the flour and the cocoa still not evenly mixed. So, in summary, matter is either pure or a mixture.